Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's McCown's Jets going up against Carr's Raiders.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Bay Area as we welcome you to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the New York Jets. Carry, here's Marshawn Lynch trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? You not only eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. Call it an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Here's Carr to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Throwing again. Carr. Got a man. It's the rookie Curtis Samuel. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Back to the ground, Lynch. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So much for having too many defensive linemen. Remember the reaction when the Jets took Leonard Williams? They said they've got too many. Guy's a Pro Bowler in his second season.
Yeah, 7 sacks in that sophomore campaign last year. T.J. Logan, the rookie, his first carry. And a solid run down inside the 30. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On play action, now Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it, fumble, and the Jets have recovered. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
This is the running back, Powell. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Faking the give to Powell. Now McCown. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 46 yards. McCown going to hand this one off to Powell. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. It's McCown. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. And that brings up 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
McCown on 3rd down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Khalil Mack coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it'll be 4th down. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. This one from 46 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So as it turns out, that sack does not wind up costing him, at least in terms of getting points. They get 3.
Yeah, once you see your quarterback go down the backfield, you think, uh-oh. But fortunately for them, their kicker came to the rescue and made sure they got something out of that drive after all.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They run again on 1st down, Lynch. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. On 2nd down, Lynch. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They start the drive with a give to Powell. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
McCown to throw on second down. He's going to air one out. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. From the gun, it's McCown. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the... On is the second-year man from Sam Houston State, Lachlan Edwards, to punt it away, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. A reminder, coming up tonight, Green Bay visits Atlanta. All sorts of storylines there. A playoff rematch, also the opening of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then on Monday night, the Giants host the Lions.
So the Giants play on Sunday night and Monday night to open the season.
Yeah, two under the lights. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. Carter to throw. They set up the screen to Lynch. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth. Here's Marquette King now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Dumps off to Powell. Give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They run with Powell, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I can never stump you on stats, but go ahead and let the people know. Who was second in the NFL in 2016 in yards per carry?
It was that man, Bilal Powell, right at 5.5.
He may have had to share some carries in the backfield with Matt Forte, but boy, he took advantage of his touches.
Play action. Now McCown. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Khalil Mack in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. McCown throwing on second. And that is incomplete. The former Clemson Tiger, Sharon Peak, was the target. And it's third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now here come the Raiders. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Carr to throw on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. Give him 9 on the play. And just like that, it's third down. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, if we had any questions, that run kind of answered him. He's still Marshawn Lynch.
Hasn't lost a thing, maybe running with a renewed sense of purpose and energy after that year off. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And now run it, accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On first down, McCown got his man, Robbie Anderson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. McCown now on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Powell. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Throwing on first is McCown. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Turnover differential last year in the NFL, the bottom 5 teams you'd expect. Rams, Browns, the Jags, the Bears, and the Jets. Tied at -20. These Jets, they have to solve that QB situation.
They, along with the other teams that you noted, they've got to get better play in that area because no team goes to the playoffs -20 in turnover differential.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And an alley to run. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From midfield, here's Carr. And that is incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. To throw again. Carr. Flushed out right. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. On third down, they go Lynch. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Shift together here from the D-line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw, it's McCown. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Shotgun here for McCown. And he's got a new one. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. McCown now on first down. And a catch made here by Sharon Peak. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On 1st and 10, here's McCown. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Buying time to his left. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now, you folks don't know what you're missing. Missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the rookie from Ohio State, Garyon Conley. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. New York set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd down, here's McCown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. A toss play. This is Lynch. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Get down, get down. 185. 694.
All day, defense.
They'll run again with Lynch. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. Tight end right.
Here we go. Five man back.
Four down.
Shotgun now for Carr. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his second touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And it's 21-3. Out to kick is Janikowski. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Eight yards to go here on second down. They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
The Jets on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, McCown. And the Raiders have got him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Muscling free near the 40. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
To throw his car, eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Williams in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Not something you see a whole lot of. A sack of Derek Carr, and due in large part to a good O-line. Carr was sacked on less than 3% of his dropbacks last year, lowest in the league.
Oakland knew it was important to take care of their quarterback. They picked up Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Rodney Hudson in recent years, and it's paid off.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. Well, 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. They start this with a run for Powell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now it's the backup, Hackenberg. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Elsewhere around the NFL, third quarter now in Los Angeles. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Hackenberg. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
Carr gives to Marshawn. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
808, 27-34.
Getting the call, Lynch running left. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. 12 more yards there and another first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jets. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2nd down following the run. They go again with Powell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they...
And this is caught inside the 5. A huge play there for the Jets. 48 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Here's Hackenberg. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Navarro Bowman in there with pressure yet again. And that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Second down, Hackenberg. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Navarro Bowman in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now Hackenberg. Fighting to stay upright. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Damon Harrison in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Obi Melifonwu, the rookie out of UConn.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Fresh set of downs here.
Get down, get down. Lie down.
Kill,
That's right.
turn up. Kill, turn up.
On the give, this is Lynch. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here we go.
Lynch running the counter. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.